In court, it was revealed 16-year-old defendant Jalen Frazier admitted to a friend the shooting was his work. He fired a gun at her and then Preston shot at him and the other defendants. So they shot and killed her.
It's your girl Leah, and I'm back with another Melanin Moments Monday. Today we'll be discussing, who do we blame for these out of control kids? Yes, I know. Many of us will say we can't blame the parents because the kids have too many influences nowadays. That will definitely factor into their behavior. But I'm going to blame the parents because the parents have a responsibility to make sure that they set a foundation within their household, that their child learns proper home values, the child learns proper respect, and the child learns proper etiquette. So when they get into the community, they wouldn't think about doing things like carjacking. They wouldn't even think about doing things like jumping on and kicking cars of people they don't know. They wouldn't think about doing things like fighting the teachers at school. Yes, that is a home value problem. That is a home foundation problem. So the first thing you have to do is making sure that you're instilling proper consequences within the home. That child should feel like they can get away with a behavior and then come home and receive a new Xbox, come home and receive a new pair of J's. No, there needs to be consequences in place so that child knows what they're doing is unacceptable. Parents are legally responsible for that child, and the parents are the first advocate for that child. So making sure that the parents know there's no excuses to how your child is raised because you have the authority and you have the responsibility to raise that child appropriately. Now, how do we do this? We don't wait until the child is 17 to say that the child needs to get it together and to say that this child is acting crazy and we need to fix it. We need to start correcting that child's behavior at the age of 2 years old. Yes, when that child starts hitting someone, you say, we do not do that. That's not respectful. And you redirect their behavior in a more positive manner. So meaning, we don't hit someone. This is how you interact with someone. If you hit someone and if you do something wrong to someone, you have to make sure that you apologize. Making sure that you correct that child's behavior at the age of 2, at the age of 3, at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Do not wait until that child is 17 to say something because that child's behavior already escalated and is now out of control. Now, like we mentioned, there's other influences that factor into a child's life. Of course, those influences weigh heavy, especially if they are heavily influenced by their peers. Now, what I'll say as parents, make sure that you're engaging with your child in conversation, daily conversations. Don't wait until a week. Don't wait until the weekend. Make sure that you're having those daily conversations with your children, asking them, how was your day today? How's your friends? Oh, what's your best friend's name? Oh, how do you know they're your best friend? What do you like about your best friend? Now, I specifically mentioned friends because a friend group can really have a heavy influence on your children, and making sure that you know who their friends are, know maybe their friend's name, also know those friends' characteristics, so you can have an effective conversation with your children about how they should be treated by their friends. And then also you can ask your children, well, is your friend treating you nicely? Is your friend treating you right? So your child can be able to think for themselves and say, well, maybe I shouldn't associate myself with this person because this person does say mean things to me, or this person does do mean things to other people. Now, that is very important, like I said, because the peers of your child will definitely have a heavy influence on them and can deter them in a way where they're doing something that you wouldn't think they would do. Now, next, if you do not know how to engage with your child, or if you do not know how to correct your child, some parents don't have the skills or the knowledge on how to redirect their children when they see their child doing something wrong. And now, like I said, it shouldn't wait until your child is 17 or 15 for you to try to redirect their behavior. It should start when they're 2, 4, 3, at a young age. Now, what you can do, you can always reach out for help. I always believe it takes a village. Now, I'm not saying you have to go reach out to a counselor or to the principal. You can reach out to someone as simple as a grandparent, your sister, your sister-in-law, your brother-in-law, a coach, a mentor. Those people can have a heavy influence on your child, and they can also help you with controlling your child's behavior. And all you have to do is just ask, a phone call away, and I'm sure there's people who are willing to help you. Now, the next thing is making sure that you're monitoring your children's phones. Yes, social media, entertainment, TV, television, music, those are heavy influence, especially now, because kids have easy access to toxic information and toxic material, which means that they can have easy access to pornography. They have easy access to vulgar and violent information and videos. And they don't even have to go searching for it. It pops up on Instagram. It pops up on TikTok. Now that is, as a parent, and since we are legally responsible and we also pay the phone bills, it is definitely our responsibility to check your child's phone on a daily, now I'm not gonna say on a daily basis, because you don't want to keep snooping in on your child, and you don't want to give your child a reason to hide. You don't want to give your child a reason to hide something. So what I would say, do occasionally say, hey, you know what? I just want to check out your phone, see who you've been texting, because I want to make sure you're staying safe. Now, of course, that's going to create some type of conflict. And if you don't want to, if you try to avoid that conflict, it may escalate to something worse. So we want to make sure that we are doing our due diligence as parents and making sure that our children are safe. And that means being safe online as well. So checking your child's phone periodically. The next thing is making sure that you're checking in with your students' teachers, making sure that you're having those daily or those weekly conversations with their teachers to check up on their grades, their academics, their behavior. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because they spend most of their time at school. So the teacher may have some knowledge on some things that you may not know. Now, of course, as a teacher myself, there's a lot of things that a child may do at school that they may not do at home. And that is for teachers and parents to have that two-way conversation so we can make sure that the child is being safe and the child is living up to the expectations of the parent, as well as living up to the expectations of the school and that classroom. Also, you want to make sure that you are constantly having those engaging and expressive conversations with your children. Now, children are going to be children. If they don't have something entertaining them, they're going to find something to entertain them. Now, I always believe an idle mind is a devil's playground. If you allow your child to entertain themselves, they will find anything that seems exciting and interesting to them. Now, as a parent, we can do our due diligence by giving our child something that they can do that's productive. Now, it doesn't mean telling them, go sit over there and read a book. That doesn't mean go sit over there and do more homework. No, that means allowing them to say, you know what, Mom, I like doing this. Mom, I like piano. Mom, I like playing soccer. Mom, I like playing football. Mom, I like arts. Those are productive activities that a child can do, especially if they're interested in them. So maybe having those cordial conversations and those engaging conversations with your child and say, hey, you know what do you like to do? Hey, what's your favorite color? Hey, you know what are some things that interest you? And allowing those activities to be the center of their focus, because if they don't have an activity at the center of their focus, something else will be at the center of their focus, and it may be something very damaging to them. So those are some tips on how we can stop the behaviors of these out of control children. Like I said, we cannot wait until the child is 17 to try to correct their behavior. Also, some parents wait until their children are out of control before they say they need to take action. We shouldn't wait until our children are out of control. We need to take control of our children before they get to that point.